What's up, YouTubers? Hardworker 12 here with you today with a 2020 Legacy XT Limited. Coming to you from Ocean Subaru in Fullerton. And this car is filthy, but I'm not going to waste the environmental resources to wash it because today I want to test drive it. Have a look there at the dual exhaust. That is a Legacy XT. Let's take a quick look under the hood. So this is the 2.4 liter turbo boxer engine that is standard on the 2020 Legacy XT Turbo. Not an all-new engine, as I'm sure you probably know. This engine is also standard in the Subaru Ascent, beginning with the 2019 model year. That was the first vehicle that featured this engine. But that wasn't really technically all new either, because this engine's an outgrowth of the old 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that was in the old Forester XT. And what Subaru did, they increased the displacement and they retuned it to kind of prefer torque over horsepower. So this has 260 horsepower and 277 torque, and it runs on regular 87 octane. Let's take this baby for a drive. Driving the Legacy XT. As a quick aside, I wish they would have called it Legacy GT, because that's what the old Legacy turbos were called. But, oh, over the line, lane departure warning. Merging onto the freeway. Effortless power to get on the freeway. I'm not flooring it. This is a brand new car that somebody's going to end up buying. So I'm not redlining it or doing anything crazy with the engine, just going for a drive. Currently doing 65 miles an hour behind a first generation Honda Odyssey. Very smooth ride, very composed. Again, tons of power as far as getting on the freeway. I'm really barely have my foot on the gas, and I'm up to 70 miles an hour. Tachometer's turning 1800 RPM, so we are just cruising. I love the Subaru Legacy. I had a 2013 2.5i with the old, I believe that car had 173 horsepower, 175, one of those two. Very nice car, not the fastest car in the world, but got me everywhere I needed to go, very comfortable. This one is also extremely comfortable. Probably even a nicer ride than my 2013 had, which is no surprise. Subaru keeps improving the ride dynamics of their cars as time goes on. And really enjoying my time behind the wheel at this point. I have driven one of these with the regular 2.5 liter engine on the 2020 body style. It's fine. It definitely will get you where you need to go. Not a hot rod. This is a big difference in performance as far as the Legacy XT is concerned. Taking it through a little curve on a freeway interchange, cornered nice and flat, no drama at all, very easy steering input. Change lanes, make sure this guy's not going to hit me. I'm going to give it a little bit of gas. Oh yeah, it's got power. There's no question this thing's got power. If you were the type of driver to regularly exceed the speed limit, you would enjoy this car quite a bit. I'm gonna hop off of the freeway and get back to the lot. All right, I'm about to enter a little corkscrew freeway on-ramp here. I'm using my manual mode to hold a gear so I can accelerate through it and let my all-wheel drive system do some gripping. Went through it pretty well. This is definitely a handling improvement over the old Legacy with the 3.6R motor. I loved that motor, but in the Legacy specifically on the 2015 through 2019s, you could really feel the difference in handling between the 3.6R and the 2.5. The 6-cylinder engine was just heavier, and it shifted more of the weight to the nose, and the car understeered a lot more. This car does not seem to have that problem. Because it has the 4-cylinder engine, it's lighter weight. I'm sorry about how dark my face is, even though I'm sure you're not watching this from my handsome face. The The engine in this is still a 4-cylinder, even though it's got the bigger horsepower numbers. So the weight distribution remains pretty good, so it doesn't understeer the way that the 3.6R Legacy does. There's still some understeer. This is not a sports car. You know, it is meant to be a family sedan, but I think the handling is definitely a big improvement over the 6-cylinder engine. The acceleration, just based on my initial drive with this, and I have driven one of these once before, I feel like the acceleration's about the same as the 3.6R was. If you took it to the track and did 0 to 60 times, you might do a little better in the XT that I'm driving now. I haven't really hammered one of these, again, because they're all brand new cars with no miles on them, and I don't want to be out flooring it in somebody's car that they're going to end up buying and living with. So maybe at full throttle acceleration, this would feel a little bit faster with the turbo, but just general driving around town like you would normally do, driving on the freeway like you would normally do, I think the acceleration is pretty similar to 3.6R, which is not a bad thing. The 3.6R acceleration was never a problem with that. Everybody who ever test drove one of those with me was very happy with the acceleration. I was always very happy with the acceleration, but in hard cornering, those did understeer a lot more than the 2.5s did because of the extra weight on the nose. But because we now have a 4-cylinder turbo, which is lighter weight than that 3.6R motor was in the front of the Legacy XT for 2020, the understeer problem is really not anywhere near of an issue as much as it used to be. So this is a very nice car to drive. A lot of power. It's comfortable. You know, I've kind of been over the interior features in previous videos of mine, and I may do a full review on a Legacy 2.5i at a later time. But, you know, I've been meaning to do this. There's a chance that I may get a Legacy XT for my next car. So we'll see if that happens, but based on this test drive, I'd say it's a pretty decent possibility of it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and have a great day. Nah, maybe it's a little faster than a 3.6R. That was about half throttle, and once you get into a little higher on the rev range past about 2,500, yeah, it moves. It's good acceleration.